Hey, good morning, good morning. Happy day to you. Happy Friday. The birds are chirping in the backyard. I almost took this mobile down to the beach, but I ran out of time and I was like, oh, it's 5 minutes to 8. So I hope you've had a great week. First off, I hope you managed to not just survive, but you thrived through this week, no matter what kind of circumstances you were in, no matter what kind of struggles or challenges you were in. But now that the week is over, I want to talk to you about how to win the weekends. And this being episode number 68 of the Daily Dose. If you're catching this for the very first time, just to give you an idea of what this is about, the Daily Dose is truly just a dose of encouragement in a time in a world before just the coronavirus started and everything else going on, all the craziness going on. I decided to come on and do a live to provide a bit of encouragement, a dose of encouragement to you. And I know one of the things that comes up on a Friday is always how to get through the weekend, not just how to get through the weekend, but how to win, how to thrive and win through the weekends. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Today's Daily Dose is about how to win the weekends, right? And man, I don't know about you, but I like to win. I'm as competitive. My family is competitive. We've had right here in the backyard, like a year ago, a ping pong table, like something as simple as ping pong, right? And we were competitive. We had to actually take the ping pong table out because we were so competitive. And I don't know if your family's like that at all, but I want to really chime in on like winning. There isn't really pretty much a person that I've met ever in my life who doesn't like to win. Like, I don't even care what that's related to. So I don't know if you can feel me on this. There's nothing more that sucks than losing, right? And if you've ever played sports or just winning in life or losing in life, it sucks to lose. At the end of the day, it sucks. And it's really, the decision has to be made. So first step in winning the weekends is making the decision whether or not you want to win, right? Because you're never going to win if you don't first make the decision that you want to win. Like, okay, so there's lots of things we got to compete for: attention, compete for your relationships, compete for our jobs, compete, right? It's just the way it is. Look at how youth sports has what has turned into like the monster of youth sports these days, and what the competitiveness of just youth sports. And I'm going to come back to that in just a moment because I have a really great story. So I hope you listen to me through that. But really, here's the thing: is first you got to know the first step is wanting to win. The second step is realizing nobody can win for you. There's nobody winning for you, right? Like, think about that. If you don't care about winning, first off for this message, if you don't care about winning at all, this message is totally not for you. But if you, like me and like millions of other people, like to win and are pretty competitive, you're going to want to chime in, especially if maybe you're not feeling like you're winning right now. Maybe you don't feel like you win at the weekends. I want to really, really kind of chime in on how you can win the weekends. And honestly, this could be related to any day of the week. But because we're in Friday, I want to just really kind of hone in on how to win the weekends. So what does it mean to win? So let's just say the biggest thing you have to realize what it means to win. It means somebody else has to lose, or something else, not just somebody, but something else has to lose. I don't know why, but there's like extra lines in here. Is that a sign of aging? I got like maybe that's just my muscles. I work out. Yeah, I got muscles. I'm working my forehead muscles right now. I don't know why I just noticed that right now. Fortunately, when I do this, I press them down, maybe some cold therapy, those wrinkles go away. But I get excited. I don't know why I just noticed that right now. All right, back to what we were talking about. What does it mean to win? What does it mean to win? It means something else has to lose. Think about this. I wrote some things down because I'm old and I'm forgetful. So let's just say what I'm used to talking about and discussing with them. Wanting to win at health. Well, how do you win at your health? Well, something else has to lose. Terrible habits have to lose. Maybe the overeating has to lose. The laziness has to lose if you want to win. Does that make sense? So let's just kind of go on because I don't want it to be just about health. So wanting to win at your career. Do you want to win at your career? If you've been wanting to win at your career, maybe you are. But you know what? Chances are if you're winning at your career, something else had to lose. Just being lazy about your time, maybe not educating yourself, maybe not putting in the work to get to that next level in your career. Does that make sense? I hope that does. Wanting to win at your family, right? Winning at your family. I feel sometimes I really lose. And I'm not like a bad dad but I feel like I lose sometimes. I blow my stack, lose my temper. I'm sure you can relate if you've got kids of your own. But wanting to win at your family takes effort. You have to be intentional. All these things you have to be intentional about. But if you want to win, something else has to lose. I know for me, if I want to win at my family, I know, even though I work and I'm on phone and stuff, I have to have that cutoff time. If I want to win, I have to actually spend time in winning at my family. I have to pursue the things that are going to bring joy to my family if I want to win. Wanting to win at your finances, right? Here's one. Wanting to win at your finances. It means if, say, you're right now life is sucking and your job is sucking, maybe you lost your job, well, you still got to earn a living. You still got to pay for your rent and your expenses and put food on the table and clothes on your back and, a roof over the head for your family. You're still going to have to find a job, right? So it's going to take, if you're going to win at your finances, you're going to have to find a job. It's not about whether or not the government's going to cover your expenses for the rest of your life or not. It's a matter of just making sure if you want to win at your finances, you got to figure out ways to make money, right? So I think you can all relate to that. Again, faith. You want to win at your faith? Here's the thing. This is a cool one. You want to win at your faith, you actually have to pursue your faith. You have to pursue it and practice and work on it. Be intentional with it if you want to win with your faith. And then let's just kind of general overall spectrum future. If you want to win in your future, despite whatever is going on in the news and around your neighborhood and just in society, if you want to win at your future, you got to pursue the things that are going to help you win at your future, and whatever that looks like for you. So I had a really cool story about winning, and like I said, I'm as competitive as the next. I played sports my whole life, competitive in my family, competitive with friends, competitive in my career, competitive. Now, I'm not like hardcore, but I'm probably as competitive as the next. I want to win. I liked the taste of winning. When I was growing up, I enjoyed that taste of winning. And what I like more is not losing, right? So here's a really cool story. I hope you listen to this. So back in high school, in fact, I was just thinking about high school. I had a call the other day with a classmate of mine. And it's been 30 years. In fact, we were supposed to have a 30-year reunion, and I definitely failed. I definitely did not win at the reunions because I never really made any of them. I lived far away, and just life was always something going on. But it's funny because I was thinking about 30-year reunion, like maybe I could show up for that one. And of course, nobody is because there's nobody traveling anywhere right now. And I went to school up north. And so anyway, I was on a call. I had a phone call with a classmate of mine yesterday, and we were talking about reunions and stuff, and it just started making me think about the high school. And I want to share this really cool story. It was freshman year, and I don't know if you've ever in school had these kind of like class competitions, like between the classes, like freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors. We had what's called class day, class night. Class day was like all day sports, not just sports, but like academics. There was like competition between the grades, and it was so much fun. It was like one of my favorite days favorite really weeks. It was actually a day and then a night. And our class was about as riffraff. 1990, I graduated high school, but this was 86 or 87. So 87, I was a freshman. So anyway, one of the competitions for the sports was hockey, indoor. Now, indoor, I don't even know what they were thinking with this. Indoor hockey. So we played with a ball. Actually, we played with a puck. It was like a plastic puck. So much fun. In fact, they divided the gym in half. And what you were allowed to do at the time, it was really crazy. So it was full on hockey. We had helmets. We had like gloves on. And you could, I don't even know if we had helmets at that time. And you could you could do a check into the boards, like a 1 or 2 step check somebody. In other words, you can hit them into the boards. I don't know what my high school was thinking, but that's what we were able to do. So anyway, long story short, and let me get to the point, because this is a really good story about competing, and it's going to relate to how you're going to win your weekends. So we are freshmen. And you first play the sophomores, and then the juniors play the seniors. So the juniors play the seniors won. Freshmen played the sophomore, and yep, we won. Freshmen won. So then there was like a playoff. So then the loser bracket, they played, and we were like, we were already psyched because we beat the sophomores. And then we were playing the seniors. So it was like everybody was there. It was awesome. The freshmen played the seniors, and this was during the day. And I'll never forget how I felt. And I was a pretty big kid, so I could hold my own against the seniors. But in general, the seniors were playing the freshmen. And guess what? The seniors did not win. They lost. It was crazy. In fact, they were so pissed that they lost. And it's crazy because they had been playing hockey. They were older. You have respect. you get sort of respect for the seniors because it's like they're the top dogs, the head honchos on campus, right? They were the ones you looked up to, all these, and we did, upperclassmen, right? But I'll never forget, and actually just reminded me the other day, is that we beat them. The freshmen beat it. And you know what's crazy is they were killing us. Like, they were checking us left and right. But our goalie, we had a goalie that was like, nothing could go by him. They must have taken 1,000 shots and nothing went by him. And you know, there was resilience. A freshman, we were resilient. And why am I sharing that story with you right now? So how does that help with how to win your weekends? Because here's what happens. It's about habits. Weekends and habits, and week and habits, daily habits. Here's the thing, is that I feel, and this is something that you may feel as well if you can relate, is that when we're trying to win, there's upperclassmen, if you will, so to speak, in our life. There's the top dogs in our world, the things that occupy our minds, the things that rob us of our time, maybe rob us from our best health, our best career, our best family, our best finances, our best faith, and our best future. There's things that try to steal our time, right? Things that try to steal. Upperclassmen, right? Top dogs, things that have been around, habits. One of the big things I actually talked with a client this morning about was about breaking bad habits. You don't really break bad habits, but what you do is develop new habits. Fresh new habits, freshman type habits that maybe aren't so strong, if you will, but they can hold their own, and you can win at them, but it's going to take practice. It's going to be intentional. So you got to think of, like, going into your weekends, what are some of those senior habits, so some of those upperclassmen habits that you've developed, maybe that have not been really favorable for your life, but are causing you not to win at your health, not to win at your career, not to win at your family or your finances or your faith or your future. Maybe it's just being lazy about your health and not exercising. Maybe it's just indulging as much as you want because you're so stressed out and the world is coming to an end and life is just terrible and I'm so anxious and I just want to drink and I just want to eat and I just want to sit on the couch and want Netflix. And again, that's one way to deal with it. But I'll tell you what, your health is not going to win that way. Your health is not going to win. No different than your career. So say like your job sucks. You hated it before coronavirus came. You hated it years and years before that came. And you hated it even more. And then now you lost it. And now you don't have any money. Like you're struggling. Well, again, you have a choice. You want to win. You're going to have to go after. You're going to have to be intentional. You may have to be a freshman in this weekend going into it thinking like, okay, I don't know if there's any chance in hell that I'm going to get better in my health, my finances, or my family, or my faith, but I'm going to put up the good fight. And the only way to win is if you put up a good fight. You see, I honestly think the seniors, they were like, oh, this is a sure thing. We have this in the bag, no problem. Kind of like our habits, right? Some of the ones that have been around, oh, no. Now, I know once he cracks that first beer, that's it, man. It's going to be beer after beer after beer. Or I know once he busts that bag of chips and he starts busting into the guacamole, it's chip after dip after chip after dip. You know, like I hear it. It's, I know once they put their butts down on that couch, it is going to be episode after episode after episode after episode. And then your weekend's gone and then you feel like crap because you realize although it might have been fun, the fun is gone, the week has started, and now I have 5 more days till the next weekend of putting in whatever you have to do. So it's okay maybe feeling like a freshman, but you got to be intentional. You got to know that if you gonna win, you actually have to put the effort in. You have to be intentional with your weekends. You want to win at your health. As much as I would love to do it for you because I love working on my health, I can't do it for you. You have to do it for you. If you want to win at your career, nobody is going to do the work for you. You have to put in the effort and time and work. Your family, if your family is sucking, if your relationship and your family suck right now, nobody's going to make it better. You have to put in the work. Does that make sense? Your finances, if you're right now struggling to make ends meet, maybe you overextended yourself, maybe your credit cards are like way over the limits. Well, you know what? Chances are it wasn't the coronavirus. Chances are it wasn't all those things. Chances are you did not prepare ahead of time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect at these things. It's a work in progress. But I'll know is that while I know there's habits in my life and know that when weekends come, it's easy to fall off track, and every day really for that matter of your life, as easy? Are you going to allow the seniors, the upperclassmen, those the head honchos that are trying to steal and take from you? Are you going to let them creep in your life, or are you going to work at some of those freshman habits, those freshman things where you have to put up the good fight, but you do have the ability and you have the opportunity to win, but you got to want to win first. You first got to want to win enough. If you want to get the weight off, you got to want to win. You got to want to realize that there is something better for you. If you want to win at your health, you got to realize that there's something better for you on the other side of your health. If you want to win at your career, you got to realize that there's possible something better for you in your career on the other side of the weekend. If you want to win at your family, you got to realize that if you're being intentional, there's something better for you in there, in your future, in your faith. Listen. Faith is one thing. Knowing who God is one thing. I know it's one of the most important things in my world right now. One of the things that's holding me together. Now, the intentionality that I'm spending with God, and it isn't always perfect. That's not like I'm on my knees praying for hours and hours a day. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's of just putting faith and trust. Because you know what? Just don't think that my highlight reel, I'm not saying this because I'm perfect, because I'm not. Nobody's perfect. There's no highlight reel here. This week, jacked up. I was sad about this week. We have family stuff going on that's hard right now. And I'll tell you what, that I'm not going to let those things take me down. I'm not going to let those things allow to fester in my body in a sense where it's going to try to steal from me winning at my health and my career and my family and my finances. And you don't have to either. Does that make sense? So the first step to winning your weekends, the absolute first step is wanting to freaking win. And that could be related to anything. So I don't know where you stand right now, what your struggles, what you feel like you're losing at, what you feel like those upperclassmen are taking from you. And listen, if you didn't watch this, you need to go back and watch my message. You got to hear my story about high school, about being a freshman and kicking the seniors' ass in hockey. And it was really like the victory that we felt after. You should have seen these little freshmen jumping around and the look on the seniors' face. Now, we didn't, well, I say we partly did it because of this, looking at the seniors, but I'll say there's nothing that felt better than being victorious. So I want you to be victorious in your health. I want you to be victorious in your career. I want you to be victorious in your family and your finances. But the only way to be victorious in it is actually very first thing is wanting to win at it. Wanting to win at it. Like there's a lot of things that I feel like we're just kind of being pulled down the loser trail, the loser society, the loser this, the loser that. Like we're like feeling like we're losing at a lot of things. But I'll tell you what, it's your perception, how you're going to receive it, how you're going to not react, how you're going to respond to it. And my hopes and wishes for you and the encouragement to you is that you not only win your weekends at all those things that you really know you have the potential to win, is that you are intentional about it and you want to win. Listen, I don't know if you want to win, but I want to win. I want to win at all those things I talked about. And if you're interested in winning, I can't help you with all those things. I can't help you with necessarily your finances or with your family or with your, well, faith maybe. With that is, but I can help you with your health. And if you've been really fighting those seniors for a while, those upperclassmen, those habits in your life that are pulling you down, reach out to me, send me a message. This is what I do for a living. I don't just come on here and do lives because it's fun. I'm doing here to connect with people. And if you're not connected, if there's a disconnect right now in your health, if there's a disconnect and you're overweight and you're unhappy and you're falling down the deep end quick, with regards to your personal health, if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, if you're on all kinds of medications, if you haven't worked out, forget coronavirus, if you haven't worked out in the last 5 years, you probably need to start working on some of those freshman habits, some of those things that are going to move the needle for you, push you in a new direction. Because if you don't believe that you can win, you first have to have a little bit of faith, blind faith going into it, is get around a coach like me who's going to have full faith. Not only can you win, but you can crush it. So if you want to crush your health, you want to crush it in the best possible way, that's a positive way, not crush it in the worst way. Positive way, right? The lingo here is you need to get on a call with me. You and I should talk about where you're at. What are the things that are pulling you down from you losing the weekends? And let's start winning the weekends. Let's start winning every day. Together, I can help you make that happen. So reach out, take care, have a blessed day. It is the Daily Dose. I hope you found this enjoyable. Listen, the only thing I ask is that you share this with a friend. You give me some thumbs up. If you're catching this on the replay, I feed off of this. This is episode 68. If you have not watched any of them, go back. I have 67 other episodes, and they're all labeled what we're talking about. Go back there anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Feel free to go watch some of the repeat ones. If you want, continue on following me, watch them, set your notifications for 8 a.m. That's all I've got. Take care and have a blessed day. We'll see you.